Let's be honest, if you're living in the UK, there's a pretty good chance your living room feels a little, well, snug. Today, we're going to dive into exactly how to turn that compact space into a stylish and functional room that you'll actually love spending time in.
You know the feeling, right? Whether you're in a city flat, a classic terraced house, or maybe a cozy cottage, that sense of being short on space is pretty universal. You just look around and think, how on earth do I make this room work without it feeling totally cluttered?
But here is the great news. A smaller room is not a problem. Not at all. It's actually a design opportunity just waiting to happen. With a few smart choices, you can completely transform the feel of your space. It's all about finding the right way to unlock its full potential.
Okay, first things first, the sofa. This is, without a doubt, the biggest piece of furniture in the room, and it acts as the anchor for your entire design. You get this one piece right, and I promise everything else just falls into place so much more easily. Now, this is where we get into some of the cool psychology of space. Just take a look at the smart and spacious column. See how it says raised legs? When a sofa is on legs, you can see more of the floor underneath it, and that little trick instantly makes your brain perceive the whole room as bigger and more open. Same goes for slim arms. They give you more seating space without adding all that unnecessary visual weight. It's all about making the biggest object in the room feel as light as possible. So here's your little cheat sheet for finding that perfect sofa. You want to be thinking about compact two-seaters or maybe even a clever corner sofa that tucks right in. When you're looking around at modern options, say from a place like Furniture and Fashion, just keep this checklist in your head. Look for those slim arms, the raised legs, and lean towards those lighter, neutral colors that keep everything feeling bright and airy. All right, once your anchor sofa is sorted, it's time to bring in the supporting cast. I'm talking about the tables and the storage units, the pieces that add all the function you need, but without adding any of the clutter. You know, a big, clunky, square coffee table can be a real roadblock in a small room. But a round table? That's a brilliant solution. No sharp corners to bump into means it's so much easier to walk around. Nesting tables are just genius for flexibility. You can pull them out when you have guests and then tuck them away when you don't. And of course, the secret weapon, a table with hidden storage. Perfect for all those remotes and magazines. This brings us to what is pretty much the golden rule of small space living. Make your furniture work harder for you. A storage ottoman is the absolute classic example, right? It's a footrest, it's an extra seat, and it's a hidden storage box, all in one. Seriously, every single piece that can do 2 or 3 jobs is a massive win for your space. And it's so true. Nothing, and I mean nothing, makes a room feel smaller faster than just stuff. Visual clutter. You know, piles of mails, scattered remotes, all those tangled cables behind the TV. They all create this sense of chaos that makes a room feel cramped. But don't worry, there's a really clear strategy to fight back. The solution really comes down to 2 key ideas. First, you've got to think vertically. Tall, slim shelving units draw your eyes upward, which creates this amazing illusion of height, and it uses that precious wall space instead of your floor. And second, conceal the clutter. A TV unit with built-in cupboards or any kind of cabinet with closed doors hides all of that visual noise. The room feels instantly calmer and so much more spacious. Okay, so you've chosen your perfect furniture. The final piece of the puzzle is putting it all in the right place and then using a few clever tricks with light and decor to really open up the room. Honestly, this is where the magic really happens. Please don't overthink the layout. Here's a super simple formula that almost always works. Start by placing your biggest piece, the sofa, against the longest wall. That immediately opens up the center of the room. From there, just make sure you can walk around easily. Having clear pathways is absolutely essential to making a space feel functional, not like an obstacle course. And now for those little illusions that make a huge difference. Light colors on the walls, they'll just make the whole room feel brighter and bigger. And a large mirror placed opposite a window is the oldest trick in the book for a reason. It literally doubles the light in your room and creates a real sense of depth. You should also try layering your lighting with floor lamps and table lamps to create warm, inviting pools of light. And finally, keep your decorations minimal. A few well-chosen pieces always look better than a dozen small, cluttered ones. So let's just bring all of this together. When you combine that smart furniture with a thoughtful layout and some clever styling, you're not just decorating a small room anymore. You're fundamentally reimagining its potential and completely changing how it feels. So, what are the big takeaways here? Well, it really comes down to a few key ideas. Choose furniture that feels light and airy. Make every single piece earn its spot by being multifunctional.
Create a smart layout that allows for easy flow. And finally, use light and mirrors to your advantage. Remember, the goal isn't just to make the room look bigger. It's to make it feel more comfortable, more practical, and way more welcoming.
So as we finish up, here's a little thought to leave you with. Have a look at your own living room right now. After everything we've talked about, what's the one simple, smart change you could make? Whether it's just decluttering a surface or maybe rethinking your coffee table, every small step makes a huge, huge difference. Thanks for watching.